revealed 10 Mexican billionaire dynasties living in complete secrecy. You've heard of Carlos Slim, you know about the flashy tech billionaires. But what if I told you there are Mexican dynasties worth tens of billions who own private islands, control entire industries, and live like modern-day royalty, yet somehow stay completely invisible? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on 10 Mexican billionaire dynasties you've never heard of. And trust me, once you see the top 3, you'll understand why they've mastered the art of staying hidden while building empires that would make European royalty jealous. 10. The Elizondo Dynasty. Starting us off at number 10, we have the Escriva Dynasty, worth a solid $2.1 billion. Roberto Hernandez Ramirez married into agricultural royalty when he wed the Elizondo heiress. Together, they built Gruma, the company that produces more tortillas than any other business on earth. Every third tortilla consumed globally comes from their factories. That's 6 million tons annually, generating revenue streams from Texas to Tokyo. But the Hernandez-Elizondo power couple lives like modern nomads. They maintain 7 residences across 3 continents, including a $30 million penthouse in Manhattan that overlooks Central Park and a 5,000-acre ranch in Montana where they breed championship horses. Their most prized possession is the private island off the coast of Belize, complete with its own airstrip and marine research facility. The island doesn't appear on most commercial maps. That's intentional. Roberto died in 2014, but his widow continues expanding their empire while maintaining absolute privacy. She hasn't even given a public interview in over 15 years. 9. The Cerviche Dynasty. Moving up to number 9 is the Cerviche Dynasty, sitting pretty at $4.2 billion. This family literally feeds Mexico every single day. Lorenzo Cerviche built Grupo Bimbo from a tiny bakery into the world's largest baking company. 13,000 delivery trucks on every street corner across 33 countries. But here's what's wild. While their bread feeds 100 million people daily, the Cerviche family lives like ghosts. Lorenzo's sons, Daniel and Roberto, run operations from their fortress-like compound in Mexico City's most exclusive neighborhood, Santa Fe. Their secret weapon is a $50 million private jet that shuttles between their properties in Aspen, their vineyard in Napa Valley, and their beach estate in Punta Mita. Yet somehow they've never appeared on a single magazine cover. The family owns the largest collection of contemporary Mexican art outside museums, over 3,000 pieces worth $200 million, stored in climate-controlled warehouses that most people will never see. 8. The Quintana Dynasty. At number 8 is the Quintana Dynasty, with an impressive $4.4 billion fortune. Carlos Hank Gonzalez built a political and business dynasty that his son Jorge Hank Ron inherited and revolutionized. But it's Jorge's marriage to Maria Cristina Quintana that created something unprecedented in Mexican high society. The Hank Quintana Alliance controls luxury real estate across Mexico's Pacific coast. Their crown jewel is, of course, the $200 million resort development in Cabo that caters exclusively to billionaires and heads of state. Maria Cristina owns the licensing rights for 47 luxury brands across Latin America, generating $400 million annually in revenue. Most people never connect to her name. Their lifestyle is pure excess, a fleet of 12 luxury cars, including 2 Bugatti Veyrons, a private Boeing 737 with bedrooms and a conference room, and a wine collection worth $15 million stored in temperature-controlled caves beneath their Napa Valley estate. The twist? They've never appeared together at a public social event. Ever. 7. The Arango Dynasty. Coming in at number 7, the Arango Dynasty holds down $4.6 billion. Geronimo Arango revolutionized Mexican retail, but it's his partnership with his wife Placida that built something extraordinary. While everyone knows Walmart conquered Mexico, the Arango family sold their Herrera chain to Walmart for $2.5 billion and used that capital to build an even more powerful empire. The Arango-Rodriguez Alliance now controls luxury shopping centers across Latin America. Their flagship development in Polanco generates more revenue per square foot than Rodeo Drive. They literally own the supply chain. Every luxury brand wanting to enter Latin American markets goes through their distribution network. Hermès, Louis Vuitton, Cartier, they all pay tribute to the Arango Empire. Their personal collection of assets reads like a fantasy. A $60 million art collection featuring works by Picasso and Frida Kahlo, a private island in the Caribbean complete with a desalination plant, and a fleet of vintage aircraft including a restored 1960s Learjet. Geronimo died in 2020, but Placida continues expanding their empire while maintaining absolute media silence. She's been photographed publicly exactly 3 times in the past decade. 6. The Sakal Dynasty. At number 6, things get really interesting with Sakal Dynasty worth $8 billion. Luis Carlos Sarmiento married into the Sakal family and quietly built one of Latin America's most powerful financial networks. Banco de Occidente processes over $50 billion in transactions annually, yet the family name appears nowhere in their marketing. Their compound in Bogota spans 40 acres and includes a private zoo, helicopter pad, and underground bunker system that could survive a nuclear incident. But their real power move? They own the largest private intelligence network in Latin America. The family maintains detailed files on every major business transaction south of the Rio Grande. Politicians, celebrities, and rival billionaires. They have leverage on everyone, and they've never used it publicly. That restraint is what keeps them invisible. 5. The Aramburu Zabala Dynasty. Breaking into the top 5 is Maria Asuncion Aramburu Zabala, who alone holds a massive $9 billion empire. My gosh, she isn't just Mexico's richest woman, she's built an empire that most billionaires can only dream about. After inheriting Grupo Modelo from her father, she transformed a regional beer company into a global powerhouse before selling to AB InBev for $20.1 billion. But selling Modelo wasn't retirement, it was liberation. Aramburu Zabala used that capital to build Trasalia Capital, investing in everything from renewable energy to space technology. Her portfolio includes stakes in 400 companies across 30 countries. Her personal assets read like a luxury catalog, a $200 million art collection featuring works by Diego Rivera and David Hockney, a private island in the Sea of Cortez with its own marine research facility, and a fleet of properties from Manhattan penthouses to Swiss chalets. Interestingly, she's remained single throughout her entire business career, proving that some empires are built better solo. Her influence extends into politics and culture in ways that even Mexico's presidents acknowledge privately. 4. The Escriva Dynasty. Climbing higher to number 4, Escriva Dynasty holds an incredible $9.3 billion. Olegario Vasquez Aldir married into the Escriva family and created something extraordinary. While everyone knows about American media titans, the Vasquez Escriva clan quietly controls Mexico's information flow through Grupo Empresarial Angeles. They own 37 hospitals, 15 radio stations, and the luxury hotel chain that hosts every major political figure in Latin America. Their flagship property, Hotel Presidente Intercontinental, has been the secret meeting place for billion-dollar deals for over 4 decades. Olegario's widow, Maria Asuncion Aramburu Zabala, isn't just wealthy, she's strategic. After his death, she transformed their empire by acquiring stakes in Heineken and becoming one of the most powerful women in Latin American business. Her secret is actually a network of shell companies across Panama and the Cayman Islands that even forensic accountants struggle to trace. She owns a $45 million yacht called Azteca that's never photographed in public waters. 3. The Billionaires Dynasty. Breaking into our top 3 at number 3, the Billionaires Dynasty commands a staggering $10 billion. Alberto Billionaires married Teresa Gual Vidareta and created Mexico's most diversified luxury empire. Grupo Bal owns Fresnillo, the world's largest silver producer, extracting enough precious metal annually to supply every jewelry store in Europe. But that's just their foundation business. Their luxury retail arm, El Palacio de Hierro, caters to Mexico's ultra-wealthy with exclusive brands and services you can't find anywhere else in Latin America. Teresa also owns the largest private collection of pre-Columbian art, valued at over $300 million, and her foundation has funded archaeological discoveries that rewrite Mexican history. Their lifestyle reflects absolute luxury. A $150 million compound in Valle de Bravo with its own golf course and helipad, a collection of 200 vintage wines worth $25 million, and exclusive access to private clubs across 3 continents. The family maintains privacy through a network of holding companies so complex that financial analysts have spent decades trying to map their true wealth. 2. The Lorea Dynasty. Almost at the top, number 2 brings us the Lorea Dynasty and their mind-blowing $35 billion fortune. German Lorea Moto Velasco built Grupo Mexico into Latin America's largest mining corporation, but it's his partnership with his wife Consuela that created something unprecedented. Together, they control copper resources that power everything from smartphones to electric vehicles. Their empire spans 3 continents with mining operations in Mexico, Peru, and the United States. Every Tesla, every iPhone, every piece of modern technology contains copper that likely passed through their facilities. The Lorea family also owns the largest railroad network in Mexico, luxury resort developments across the Pacific coast, and a private equity firm that invests in emerging technologies. Their lifestyle matches their wealth. A $300 million compound in Mexico City that spans 50 acres, complete with its own museum housing pre-Columbian artifacts worth $100 million. They maintain residences in London, New York, and a 10,000-acre ranch in Wyoming where they breed championship horses. Consuela's influence extends into environmental conservation through foundations that have protected over 2 million acres of rainforest. Their private yacht, Azteca Princess, serves as a floating marine research laboratory when not entertaining heads of state. The family's commitment to privacy borders on obsession. They employ a security team of 200 personnel and maintain intelligence operations that rival small countries. 1. The Slim Dynasty. And finally, claiming the throne at number 1, the ultimate power family, the Slim Dynasty, worth an absolutely insane $96 billion. Carlos Slim Helu isn't just Mexico's richest man, he's built a dynasty that operates like a shadow government across Latin America. What most people don't know is his partnership with his late wife Sumaya and now his children, which has created the most powerful family empire in the Western Hemisphere. The Slim Empire controls telecommunications networks that connect 400 million people across 18 countries. Every phone call, every internet search, every digital transaction in Latin America likely touches Slim infrastructure. But telecommunications is just the foundation. The family owns retail chains, construction companies, mining operations, and financial services that generate $75 billion in annual revenue. They control economic activity across multiple nations in ways that even governments can't match. Their personal assets defy comprehension. A $700 million art collection featuring works by Renoir, Monet, and Van Gogh, housed in their private museum in Mexico City. The Museo Sumaya contains 66,000 pieces, making it larger than the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Carlos maintains 7 residences, including a $200 million compound in Mexico City that spans an entire city block, complete with underground tunnels, helicopter pads, and security systems that rival military installations. Interestingly, the Slim family owns more Mexican government bonds than most countries' central banks. They've essentially become too powerful to regulate, creating a parallel economy that operates by its own rules. Their influence extends into space technology, renewable energy, and artificial intelligence through investments that most people never connect to the Slim name. So, which family's assets surprised you the most? The Slim Museum Collection? Aramburu Zabala's private island? Or maybe the Lorea family's 200-person security team? Do you think these families staying invisible is smart strategy, or are they missing opportunities to influence positive change? Let me know what you think. And if you want to see more of the world's richest icons and luxury stories, subscribe right now, because this is where the legends live forever.